So now we have the coronavirus, and to add to that, we now have killer bees. In addition, before that, we've had shark season, we've had the flu season, we've had the forest fires, the dangers of that, and we, of course, have had the Russian intrusion and many other things. Now, I point all that out is because many times the media, the news, it's a resource that's designed to give us information. That way, we have the knowledge we need to go about our daily lives. But another thing we also have to keep in mind is it's a business and it's an entertainment one. And it's meant to also entertain your fears as well as whatever interests it might be. So I say all that to introduce my response to the affirmative case for the government to continue to impose a lockdown and maybe to offer a different perspective that I wish for you all to consider. So, as I said before, I just want to empathize with the fears that are surrounding the coronavirus and why people feel the need to keep the government locked down and keep us away from work. Obviously, we want to keep people healthy. We want everybody to be at their best. We don't want children getting sick. We don't want young adults getting sick. We don't want the elderly, who are considered the most susceptible to die, to suffer under the corona. But it's important to understand, as with many of the examples I just mentioned, the coronavirus, killer bees, flu season, all of them, the data just doesn't support what's being reported or all the fears that are being talked about. In fact, more people die in a year from the flu than of the coronavirus. Same thing when it comes to cancer patients. Same thing when it comes to deaths related to sharks. More people die in a year than all the corona cases put together. Or not cases, deaths put together. So it's important to understand that yes, corona is a serious issue. Yes, it does need to be addressed, but it does not have the significance that's being placed upon it according to the data. So, according to sources such as CQ Researcher, it's predicted that we're not ready for a pandemic threat, and I couldn't agree more. And yes, it predicts that if such a thing were to hit, millions would die. And with the corona, it was also predicted, based on initial studies, that millions were going to die as a result of this virus. They have been proven false. Many researchers or experts have come out and admitted they have it wrong. Now, does that mean that nobody has died or that there has been a significant number of deaths? Absolutely, there have been. Absolutely, no question. But it's also not a question that there have also been numerous, at least 4 million cases of coronavirus that's victims that have been confirmed, but not even 500,000 of those have died globally. Now, not to say that the many hundreds of thousands that have died are any small means, but compared to the initial predictions, they're starkly below what we believed at first. And while, yes, that is still definitely a huge issue, it's not enough to keep millions of Americans who, I might add, at least 5 million have now reported for unemployment, and the number is rising by the day. Americans still need to be able to pay their rent, afford food, and other necessities that keep them going and can give them the quality of life that they need. So now, what's the solution? We've already seen it put into place. With the effects of social distancing, we've seen a stark decline in the number of people that have been infected. So, Keep the same system. Allow businesses to be able to operate within the same parameters of social distancing and ensure they're following the policies and procedures that are deemed necessary by health organizations. Keep physical contact to a minimum. Ensure employees are washing their hands, keeping a safe distance from each other, and the things in which they're touching. Make sure face masks are used as well as gloves employed whenever handling any type of machinery or any type of physical surface. And allow them to simply be able to continue on with their business while also following health guidelines. Now, I am aware of the argument, like some people feel that currently as it is, Americans feel that their rights are being infringed upon, or people are caring more about money than they are about the victims, which I must starkly, respectfully disagree with. The reason because it's just that many Americans are now out of work. They don't have the money to support their families, to sustain themselves. That's the main issue here. Yes, I believe everybody wants people to be healthy. Everybody don't want the elderly to die, their kids or anybody like that. But if you're unable to sustain yourself, your place of living, nutrition, if you cannot buy food and you're inside, I mean, yes, you're alive, but if you're starving, what is the benefit? And just think about our college student population. Some do not even have Wi-Fi access and now resorting to having to go to their campus garages in order just to get Wi-Fi to take their finals. What about them who are pursuing a higher education and need the resources located within the schools in order to continue on to be able to pursue the American dream and pursue the happiness that's within their hearts? Lastly, the measures that are suggested, there's no plan for them. Who's going to provide the money in order for us to be able to provide more stimulus checks or take care of the resources that people need? Do we know what people need? Do we know the resources? What about rent? Are we going to ensure that people aren't evicted during this time? How are we going to make sure that what people need get what they need? So that's all I have to say for today. I just want you to consider that. Remember, people do care, but people also have other needs that must be addressed. And it's just important during this time that, yes, we do make sure we're paying attention, that we're healthy, that we're making sure that we're following law, employing social distancing, but not get stagnated and completely disregard the other needs that are not being met because of this shutdown. With that being said, I want to thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. And please stay safe during this crisis.